Alright, we're back with a quick deck tech before we get the league rolling today. As a friendly reminder, if you are catching this on YouTube later, please consider giving us a subscribe over there on YouTube, and also giving us a follow over on Twitch, twitch.tv MTG_Nexus, where we stream every Sunday night with Mardu Burn. So, taking a look at this list that we worked on last week, there were some changes that we made to the list. We were running only 19 lands. We trimmed the fourth copy of Eidolon of the Great Revel. In its place, we were running a copy of Skullcrack, and then running a copy of Lightning Helix in place of the 20th land. Still trying to get our bearings on how we feel about the 19 versus 20 lands. Historically, I've liked to run 20, but, you know, some people like to run 19, so it's always nice to visit it once in a while, see how that feels. Sideboard, you know, we've been pretty steady on our split of things like Deflecting Palm and Path. You know, we've pretty much settled on that Sanctifier needs in the sideboard almost at all times, because then as soon as we take it out, we run into Dredge or Rakdos Scam or, you know, some other deck like Murktide or something. This card is quite effective against, and really only Core Firewalker is only good in the Burn Mirror, and has some applications against decks like Mono Red Hayashi or is it Murktide sometimes, but is nowhere near as effective as Sanctifier for the graveyard exiling effects in those matchups. Rolling Vortex, we're only down to 3. There hasn't been as much of the Cascade decks of late. You know, more people are playing Creativity and such, so, you know, it's nice to have some number of these as anti-life gain stuff, even in that matchup. But still, you know, hasn't been the highest stock it's been in a while, but we're keeping some number of copies. And then we're running 3 copies of Smash to Smithereens against the various Urza Saga decks in the format, and I love how the versions keep getting changed in these decks. So, that said, let us put back and get all of the same kind, because I don't like running different versions of a card. So, there. And then finally, Exquisite Firecraft. You know, blue decks are kind of popping up, whether it be blue-white control, whether it be the Omnath variants. People still trying to figure those out after the Omnath variants, with Yorion being banned. Can help finish things off against Creativity through things like Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm. So overall, it's been in a decent place in the meta. Not all the lists are running Firecraft, obviously. It's kind of a card I tend to prefer, and it can be a little bit of a nombo with Sanctifier and Vec when you're bringing it in for the same matchup, like Murktide, for instance. But still a nice card to finish off the game, potentially kill a 4 damage thing. You know, we've had people run Tolarian Terror against us, and the uncounterability has proven relevant in that particular spot against the ward effects on Tolarian Terror. So, you know, comes up into some random places, but that said, let's get this league rolling and see how we do. Alright, we're back for match number 1. We're on the draw, unfortunately, with a no Leander. I need to shut the sound effects off when I have a chance. I did an update on MTGO to change the control from Wizards running the game to now some type of secondary company is running. I believe they're called Daybreak Games. So looks like we're up against a blue-white control variant. Because the Kahira might be up against Elementals or something. So we're probably going to go Renin Texir. No. Chalice on 1. Somewhat relevant, unfortunately, against this hand. Feels like our opponent might have like Force or something here. is this? Cycling Shark Typhoon. We take the opportunity to resolve Boros Charm here. Of course. Chalice does get us a little bit, unfortunately, here. Let's grab this. They're relaxing as we were starting to get ready for the Nerd Rage gaming event. Nice, nice. This game would be ridiculously easy over if they didn't have Chalice. Clearly holding up counterspell here, or at least trying to represent that they have it. How many 1-drops can you draw? Fun, exciting magic at its best. Mathematical odds of this are just absolutely dumb. That was fun, Magic. By fun, I mean absolutely boring as shit, and don't wish to play another game like that. pretty sure watching paint dry was more exciting than that game. So yes, our opponent won because of their Chalice of the Void on 1 on turn 2. Modern Magic can be a fun, exciting place sometimes. Sometimes it's watching paint dry as your blue-white control opponent enjoys playing Duck Duck Go for 12 turns. Hey, another no-lander, cool. This hand is fine overall. Putting back this because we're already taking quite a bit of damage. But that's good, War Dog. So what is it a is it a team event or is it like a team event, or is it like a individual event you guys are just practicing together? I swear I better not get hit by a spell snare here. Okay. Prismatic ending? Okay. Bless you. Okay. Put ourselves in as good a position as we can, moving into the mid game here against blue-white control. So Teferi bounce. Love to draw another land here, which we don't normally like to do in burn anyway. Or that is perfectly acceptable as well. I think I'm largely supposed to ignore this Teferi right now. Turn 5 obviously is kind of the linchpin turn for when they can Solitude and have it stick in play and cause real amounts of problems. So trying to figure out how to navigate this next turn is kind of critical. I think what I might have to do is kind of do the coward split attack of they're gonna try to ice something here. I guess it's the coward split attack of they're gonna try to steal something, possibly with Archmage's Charm or Leyline of Binding perhaps. Forces you to react. Okay, if you cast anything outside of Leyline of Binding, you pretty much die? Unless you have like Counterspell plus Leyline of Binding. Then you should Leyline of Binding first. Okay, apparently you have nothing. Cool. See if these blue-white control variants have anything besides Chalice that I need to be afraid of. Yeah, it's not really Azorius control anymore. It's like 5-color subtleties, hallowed moonlights. It's basically a bunch of counter spells and chalices. Got it. Sounds fun. Both players on 7s, mildly terrifying. So the interesting question is, next turn, do I Eidolon or Vortex? I think you start by casting, or just attacking with this, see if they react at all. I think we do the one that I care the least about getting countered. Blossom and Calm. Probably shouldn't have cast that. Okay, Chalice on 1. Cool. And just go to combat, because why not? So we can't cast these 3 spells. Yeah, just pass. Maybe I'm not supposed to cast that there because of Solitude, but... Mm-hmm. Prismatic Ending. It goes to 2 here potentially. Land? That should also do it. And we got there. Nice. Always nice to beat blue-white do nothing. Back for match number 2. We're on the play. This hand is interesting. I think we keep it lead on Sunbaked Canyon with Bolt, and then have the option to hold the fetch land for Searing Blaze. Do take a little bit more damage this way, but turn 1 Ragavan. Possible we're supposed to lead on this because they may not present us with a Searing Blaze target, especially if they are like creativity or something. Although Rafine's Tower doesn't seem like they're creativity. It looks like we might be up against blue-white control again. No, we are up against Mill. We could have Archive Trap, which is annoying, but it's been a minute since I've seen Mill. Okay, at this point we're just going to go unload our hand while they don't have whatchamacallit up. Well, they don't have Drown in the lockup. What's up, Aquarius? How you doing? So what is Mill packing these days? Is it common for them to have a copy of whatchamacallit in the deck? Interesting. Doesn't seem like it's normal tech either which way. Finish him. Hey, another fetch land, just what we want. Opponent notably not taking their mana shields down quite yet. Well, that's certainly a magical card. Siege Rhino tournament. That sucks. Especially in Pioneer. Gets one card draw off of it. It's possible I was supposed to try to kill them there. Okay, so they are more likely blue-white mill. Good to know. Okay, that's not precisely what we want to draw, but it's fine, I suppose. Serum Blaze is a... Oh man, they are really in on the LD plan. Alright, I think that's a fine card to lead off with. Okay. So we could actually lose here, which is scary. Sure. This is the blue-white version play. Do you have a counter spell to play over the top of this? No, fortunately. So there are full 3-color mill deck. Roiling Vortex, good to have. I suppose a Firecraft is fine, if not terribly exciting. Certain Blaze is fine in some small numbers, although as you saw, we can get stranded in our hands sometimes. Sanctifier and Vex a little bit slow, although it does keep them from having creatures in their graveyards, so there's that. I'm supposed to go down some number of Rift Bolts. Simply because they could have something crazy like Teferi Time Raveler in their deck. Hard to say when someone plays something that's a little bit off. Actually, I think Mill might actually be quite well positioned right now. With all the 4 or 5 color soup decks having to go down to 60 cards, it may not be a terrible place to be. I mean, the only 2 truly graveyard-based decks in the format right now are Living End and Dredge, and neither one of them are particularly popular right now. And Burn's also not been particularly well positioned of late, although I do see a couple people did well in one of the challenges this weekend. So alright, this hand's solid. Don't like double fetch land against them, but they could also have Wear Tear, which makes this hand a little bit more not Wear Tear, Leyline Sanctity, which unfortunately we don't have any outs to, because I'm not running Wear Tear right now, so. And it looks like they're primarily blue-white with frickin' A. Just had to mention that stupid card, didn't I? Alright, that's at least a magical card against them. Another reason to bring in Sanctifier in deck too, which is Yeah, 80 card bird did get the axe, so Mill's actually probably a little bit better than it has been in a while. Because all the slow, durky control decks aren't trying to play, whatchamacallit anymore. It's to mill us, which, mildly unfortunate, but it's also kind of whatever. Opponent considering surgically extracting us. That would seem like a brave move, Cotton. So one of the skills I think burn mages these days don't really have as much of is simply learning to play around Leyline of Sanctity without having whatchamacallit in the deck. Without having Wear Tear. What you got, friend? Let's go ahead and swing for 3. Opponent's doing something. Okay, they're fetching a basic island. Sure. Put you to 9 and pass. Yes, no, maybe. I've got 20 cards, which is mildly terrifying, but also kind of whatever. That was nice. I'm going to Helix myself. I was gonna say, so you still lose? Got it. Nice. Alright, back for match number 3. Thanks, Elba, for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Sand's pretty decent overall. A couple of 1-drops into that. The only weakness of this particular hand is early 1-drops from our opponent. Marsh flats, I have no idea. Could be a terrible draw from Hammer, but... some type of 4-color pile, got it. Savai Triumph is not... Okay, Scan maybe? Nope. We'll spell here most likely. Opponent with just nothing. Why do you keep a hand like that in Modern, period? Even if you're a Death Shadow deck, this is odd. Highly, highly odd. Do I even care about this? I don't think so. I think I just go face with everything. They've shown no interaction so far, so I'm not gonna... I don't even know what to make of that. Are they just like a Death Shadow deck that had a terrible draw? Down Eidolon on the draw. Try like that. Sand is fine. We have early answers to a monkey. We have an Eidolon and a Swift Spear. Okay. No removal spell again. What format are we playing here? Is this like 5-color zoo, maybe? That happened first. Let's go ahead and Boros Charm you. One's going to 6. Season Pyro. Okay, so you're just dead. Wait. What? Some style of Reanimator deck? I have no idea. Alright, back for match number 5. those of you who missed it on YouTube, we had a tight game against 5-color zoo that had Nakatl, Ragavan, Tribal Flames, Territorial Kavu, but also somehow worked Subtlety, Spreading Seas, and Remand into their list. Obviously, we can't keep the 6-lander. I guess we keep the 1-lander and kind of pray here. Putting back Helix, maybe? Blaze has the most upside or downside. So maybe it's just Blaze. Yeah, ironically, other than the first match against Blue Eye Control, this whole league's lasted like 30 minutes. So, and it looks like I made a relatively good choice. It looks like we're up against Valakut, or Red Green Titan. So Searing Blaze is very iffy against them. That said, we really do need to draw some lands or we're not going to win this game. Five, 6. So unless they have specifically have yeah, they're just going to get prime time and we're effectively dead here. We're just too far from killing them this game. 1-lander got us there, unfortunately. Why are they playing... Proving Grounds in... Okay, so... Chalices are something to be considerate of. Probably want Vortex. Maybe a couple copies of Smash for Chalice over Searing Blaze, which isn't usually a card in this matchup very much. And then... maybe shape like a Rift Bolt. Generally, this is a matchup that I like very much, but obviously the fact that we lost game 1 hurts a lot. So, especially if they have like ley lines or something on their board that we're just not prepared for. Yeah. Searing Blaze, yeah. I had somebody, I think, the other day, or maybe it was last week, like killed or fatal pushed their creature in response, and it's like, yeah, sorry, you still take the damage. So the magic number against them is 18. You want to try to, if at all possible, keep your life total above 18. That said, it's not always reasonable to do so. Interesting to see. They're just going to bolt this. Interesting. So I don't dislike our opponent's play, but I also don't like it in some regards. I don't think I play around something like Weather the Storm here. Maybe I'm supposed to? I have no idea. Just supposed to spend a bolt there, maybe. Does shut off their fetch lane, which is nice. Suppose they could have Nature's Claim or something here. Maybe that was dumb. Oh, nope. They just fetch in response to die. Still have no idea why they have black in their deck. Do the thing. Could bring in Path, but I don't think I'm particularly interested in that. Hopefully we'll get a good start here. And this hand is clunky as frack. But it does have 15 points of burn and some anti-life gain stuff. So I think it's good enough. Man, this hand is questionable. Once again, we're just cold to a late line of sanctity if they happen to have it, which is far more or less likely in these wish builds, but still like something that could happen. So 3, 6, 9. We'd obviously like to draw more lands to facilitate this hand, but Helix buys us some time. Keeping this. I presume their hand has like some issue that we're debating maybe. At least we don't get tagged with a ley line. Smash could be a very bad card for us. Okay. Presumably with another land drop. Actually, they may not have another land drop. Might have been why they were hesitant on that keep. Because you don't generally want to shock in against burn if you can help it. Okay, my opponent did have another land, it was just a Valakut. Okay. Dryad's obviously their most scary card in this situation, I think. Sakura, yeah. Okay, opponent goes to... Don't think we're winning this game. So maybe there's some way we don't die this turn, but I just don't see it. Wish for yet another copy of Valakut. No, Scapeshift. Oh, that should do it. Alright, so what did we learn this league? Honestly, like, not all that much. I still feel fine with the 3 Eidolons. It's really weird. Like, this is a card I almost never want to draw multiples of unless my opponent's on a heavy removal spell game. And then a lot of the decks with, like, heavy removal spells anymore either have pressure that, like, nullifies the Eidolons anyway, like things like Murktide or big beefy beaters, or things like Leyline Binding. You know, all that stuff going on. I don't know. I really feel like I might be starting to like the 3 Eidolon build. Now, as far as the 19 or 20 lands, you know, that's... We flooded out a couple of times there. We needed to draw a 3rd land a couple of times to win some games. Most notably with Exquisite Firecraft against the 5-color blue zoo, whatever was going on there. But we've had a good run the last like week and a half. You know, last week we finished up the league with the 2-0, and then this week we started the 4-0 before we lost to the Soul of Windgrace Titan Shift, which that loss was probably as much on me for keeping the hands that is, especially in game number 3. I felt that hand might be too slow, and it turned out that I was right. That hand was just clunky and slow, and I probably should have mulliganed aggressively, so there's a good chance we could have easily finished up with a 5-0 if I had mulliganed a bit more aggressively. But, you know, solid league overall. You know, kind of a nice way to kind of start to wind down Dominaria United Modern, as spoilers for the next set, Brothers War, kind of starting soon. Kind of scary. But, yeah. Rather nice league tonight. This will be going up on the YouTubes on MTG Nexus VODs here probably later this week. I still have one more video from last week to get up first, where this one will go up. But, yeah, overall, really solid league. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Aquarius and War Dog for chatting. Everybody else that wasn't chatting. But it's nice to see a few new faces in here. So, yeah, it's always fun. And thanks, ELZ99, GG. And that was a lot of fun. So as always, don't forget we normally stream around 7:30, 8 o'clock every Sunday night on Eastern Standard Time. So if you like Modern Burn, consider joining us each and every Sunday night for try to do a league or something close to a league. We stream for at least an hour most Sunday nights. So, you know, the busy schedule, it's what I can do. So we do it. But as always, and don't forget to give us a follow over on YouTube's. So, agreed, War Dog, but that's a hand I felt like I got a little bit loose as the league went along and we were, you know, drawing well. So, but definitely a hand we potentially should have mulliganed. But, yeah, you live, you learn. Alright, hope to see everybody for next week's stream. This has been John for MTG Nexus. See you later.